Hello, I'm Jackson Gibson. The resolve today will be U.S. public colleges should be tuition-free to U.S. students. In the United States, the average cost for tuition in-state is $9,139 and $22,958 for out-of-state students. We believe that that impedes on students' opportunities, and so we're looking to make U.S. public colleges tuition free. One, colleges would become more widely accessible if tuition was made free. We believe that free tuition provides equal opportunity to students. According to the European Journal of Education, it seems that countries in favor of free education, in addition to various financial support schemes, are concerned that the principle of equal access or even of balanced social representation in higher education enrollment should be upheld. Globally, in countries such as Finland or Scandinavia, free tuition is upheld as a valuable method of operation. We believe that expenses hinder students' potential in college. According to Robert Samuels, author of Why Public Higher Education Should Be Free, How to Decrease Costs and Increase Quality at American Universities, he states that the key to increasing college attainment in America is to make sure that more students graduate on time. In order to accomplish this goal, we must reduce the expenses associated with public higher education. So, with a lower cost of education, more students would be able to enroll and attend and pursue college. Historically speaking, students have been able to attend college mostly under circumstances where they do not need to worry about tuition costs. According to Literature and Writing for Qualified Students, an article on college composition and communication, it was noted that while preparation is undeniably important for college admission and retention, the lower college acceptance rates of low-income students, when compared to students from more affluent families, historically have had a strong income component. These students have been surveyed many times, and a constant refrain is that with a certain form of grant, which can cover up to 100% of college tuition and fees, they could not have attended college. So students without financial burden are more prompt to attend college. We believe that free education would promote principal values of America. Again, referencing Robert Samuel's book, the central reason why we should change how we support public higher education and make it free is that this system plays a key role in allowing us to have an efficient or effective democracy. Thomas Jefferson argued for a free public university because he knew that in order to have a real democracy, you need to have highly educated citizens. Another proponent of our argument is that we believe removing tuition will eliminate for-profit colleges. Free tuition eliminates monetarily driven schools, and the value in that is that making college free would have an additional benefit. It would run for-profit schools out of business. That is according to John Weiner in his article, Aiming Higher, Make College Tuition Free. The problem with for-profit colleges is that we believe they're not driven by education. According to the National Association for College Admission Counseling, for-profit colleges are run by companies that operate under the demands of investors and stockholders. These institutions are privately run and exist, at least in part, to earn money for their owners. And for-profit schools consume a large part of government financial aid. According to John Weissman, in his article on federal student aid, at one point, a Senate investigation found that the for-profit sector alone was chowing down on 25% of all federal aid dollars. So that's why for-profit colleges are problematic with tuition. We believe that tuition acts as a deterrent for attending university and colleges. High tuition induces debt. Again, according to John Weiner in his publication, Aiming Higher, Make College Tuition Free, he states that the mother of all problems in higher education today is high tuition at public colleges and universities, which forces students into decades of debt and makes for-profit schools seem like a plausible alternative. High tuition induces a diverted focus from education. Again, referencing Robert Samuels, it is noted that universities have lost their focus on research and instruction, and this loss of vision is the underlying crisis facing higher education. In other words, the movements of corporatization and privatization are only side effects of the main crisis, which is a loss of educational priorities. Tuition has diverted the primary focus of higher education. Tuition disqualified individuals, in the past has disqualified individuals from getting an education. Referencing Robert Samuels, the biggest reason why students do not graduate in a timely fashion, or at all, is that they cannot afford the tuition and related costs. And furthermore, tuition fees do not even pay for education. Referencing Robert Samuels, to be precise, undergraduates are subsidizing the cost of research and graduate education, and no one is willing to admit this fact. This is because in the cost of tuition, you pay for more than just the education you're getting. You are subsidizing the cost of undergraduate professors and research at the university. The negative externalities to tuition have long-term consequences. In an excerpt from the New England Journal of Higher Education, college access programs that prepare students to aspire into private colleges are important but not sufficient. While access to college education, especially for underrepresented student populations, has improved, similarly upward trends and college graduation rates have failed to materialize. Access into an institution is important, but if students fail to graduate, then it becomes access to debt instead of an access to a degree. We believe that free tuition promotes college attendance. Tuition-free universities today exist and have flourished. According to John Weiner, college is free in Sweden, Denmark, and Finland, while in France, public universities are free for students from lower income families, and those from high income families pay about $200 a year. So that indicates that there has been historic reference or systems of tuition-free universities working. Free education has been considered because of its potential in the past in the United States. According to an analytical report from the Carnegie Council on Policy Studies in Higher Education, the concept of 2 years of free access to higher education in the United States has a long history, dating back to some of the first public junior colleges established in the early years of the present century. In an effort to rectify the problem of tuition in the United States, we believe that the redistribution of government finances towards education is the manner to go about this. There is a calculated cost burden for tuition-free public education, and it is, according to Jordan Weissman, in an article from the Atlantic Media Company, the amount needed to cover all tuition is $62.6 billion. Money for tuition can be acquired by cutting other costs in education. According to Robert Samuels, we can cut on the lowering of the cost of administration, athletics, housing, dining, amenities, research, and graduate education. And overall, a changed financial aid system would enable more easily controlled college costs. Referencing Robert Samuels, replacing the current mix of financial aid, institutional aid, tax subsidies, and grants with direct funding for public institutions would give the government a way to control costs of both public and private universities and colleges.